Hello everyone, Xe here. Today we are going to watch the game between me and Rock on the map Slated Hartred. I am playing ARM red player and he is orange core player. So this game is going to be a kind of a helpful guide for all of you, I hope. And let's observe the map at first, because this gives you the main strategy that you are going to do in every your match. So you can see the map, it's pretty huge and the distance between your spawns are overall pretty big. That means that units will take a while until reach each other of the site. And the first thing we have to admit that the best thing to do early raids is to make vehicles first, because when you make a vehicle plant you have the access for the early raid units. For example, let's see what has ARM site to do. This is the Jeffy fast attack vehicle that pretty clear explains the purposes of this unit. It moves fast across the map and has very good mobility, but on the other hand it has low HP and the range of the weapon is also pretty low, so you have to move pretty close the unit to attack the targets. This is the first note we are going to remember. The next thing, you can see there are lots of metal deposits around the map, so to have a faster advantage over your opponent, you either make a vehicle plant for the construction vehicle units, because these units can build structures faster than the construction keyboard units and also have a greater speed. That's why on the long distances it's better to use vehicle construction units to expand on the far points of the map. The third note we are going to take in this guide is that the map is overall open. You can see that it has some very open sides, and this gives more options for the vehicle, because you can always flank the enemy units if it is keyboard units, and if your opponent can't micro them well, or at least he doesn't have the radar keyboard in his army composition. So let's see what is Rock doing. He has created a wind generator, because wind is 6 to 24 on this map, and solar, and then he went for the vehicle plant straightforwardly before maxes. I don't sure that he needed the wind generator, because the average wind is not that great for such start, and he could actually make the solar and then switched for the vehicle plant. That would be more or less enough to do so. And I'm doing a different build order. I went for the max solar, and then I'm going to make another 2 metal deposits, 2 maxes, and then a vehicle plant. Rock's strategy gives you an early option for the raids, but on such huge maps you are looking for the late game, and that means that in the late game you better to have more metal produced than your opponent. That's why it's better for me to make metal deposits faster, or at least before any plant. Doesn't matter, are you going for vehicle start or keyboard start. The only option to make first lap is is only when there are features like reclaimable rocks or something else that can give you some metal or energy. That's why I think this start is better, because in the late game, and you will see why it is better, in the late game it just means that my metal production will be more, and we will see the results of such build order. So Rock has produced 2 whistles, and I'm just finished my vehicle plant and making my own Jeffys. And Rock is expanding just right now without assisting his plant. And but I'm still have the access for the assisting this vehicle plant with my commander. I'm also can make more energy at start because it's important. It's escalation. Some units might cost more energy than in the original game, and that's why it's better to have more solars at the start rather than have only 2 solars. Here is the important thing about early ratings. You can see that Rock's whistles and my Jeffys don't attack each other, and no one of us are trying to catch each other's units, because Rock can see that my Jeffys are in the middle of the map, so he can prepare more units near his base and defend against my Jeffys, and so I can do the same. That's why, as I explained, my Jeffys are not trying to catch these whistles, and his whistles are not trying to catch my Jeffys, because it's more important to send your early units to at the opponent's side to see what's going on there. Here he is trying to attack this mechs, but my vehicle construction unit is here repairing this, so his attack failed. The next thing about this map is these spikes, because they can give you an advantage at in defending. Like you can make LLTs on this pass and prepare for some attacks from this side, or maybe from here. I hope you got what I mean. And more of that, let's reduce the vision. You can see right now I hide the map. The thing of these spikes is that you can hide units behind these spikes, and it still provides you the vision behind the spike. Or you can also make a sneaky radar tower behind the spike, and it gives you an information overall what's going on there. And basically the units passing across these spikes might not even see this, or the range would not be enough to destroy something that is hidden behind the spike. You can see here that my Jeffy was destroyed, and I missed the point of this because Rock could see my Jeffy coming across the edge of the map, and he well targeted it by the radar. So he saw that red dot coming, he selected his pulverizers and targeted it before it came in the vision of the towers. It gives you also a tiny advantage against the attacker, because when Jeffy would came in these visions, in this vision coverage, these pulverizers from the default turret orientation will turn around which means it wastes some seconds or milliseconds to turn, and then it would hit the Jeffy right there. And the second shot would be somewhere here, but here is the spike which would block the shot, and the Jeffy could actually destroy these maxes. So next thing is that Rock is trying his best strategy, comb walking. It allows him to a little reduce his units production, but at the same time he can increase his metal bar, as you can see here, just because he doesn't use all his metal production that he has right now. And this part of strategy of allows you to make a vehicle plant or keyboard plant somewhere there. Yeah. So here we have the consequence of my early start. What I was speaking about is that this early expanding allowed me to make a little more metal than Rock, so I could create my secondary vehicle plant faster than him. Also, you can see the Jeffy that has passed. I didn't record this moment, but I had two Jeffys coming across the range of this LLT, and the trick is that if you do so, LLT has some chances to miss some shots, so Jeffy can avoid this and go through to the deep of his base, and that's what happened here. One Jeffy passed and destroyed this max. And while microing and just trying to make Rock busy with my own Jeffys, which I had plenty around his main base, I switched for flashes. This is the second stage of the game. Fast assault tank. It has lower speed than the Jeffy, but it has greater armor and DPS, which means that it is better in skirmishes and at fighting laser turrets, for example. And here is the strategy. When you switch for flashes, you move them straight to the enemy's base, so some sneaky construction units can't expand somewhere in the key positions, like here or there. So yeah, that's why you have to switch for flashes pretty fast and not stay on the only Jeffys for too long. Sometimes Jeffys can work if you make a lot of them, but it's very tricky and allows a lot of microing. More to note that even vehicle construction units create structures faster than keyboard construction units. These units turn around themselves slower, and let's slow it down a bit. And that means that you have to very wisely do the build orders. What I mean is that you can do, well, what I mean is just better to set the queue of the creating the structures with the lower potential angles. Like you move your vehicle construction unit to create this max, so it turns a little to the left and then goes for these maxes. So it wastes not much time to turn around this max, move to this one, create this one, then turn again, like, I don't know, maybe 90 degrees to this, and then for these two maxes. So my queue was like this, like across this lane, with the first construction unit which is already there. And then it creates some LLTs and the key positions to prevent the attacks from this side. Here is the using of solars as a shield to prevent some potential raids, and it works like a shield. So yeah, the replay was slowed down, and here I missed that Rock lost his construction unit here to my flashes. Let's delete this. Here he tries to do some attacks with whistles, but I'm ready to stop this. And meanwhile I'm trying to micro these flashes also to do some damage at Rock's expanding. So he has destroyed 2 metal extractors, but that's okay because I have a vehicle construction unit there to rebuild it fast. And also we can see that there are some wrecks left on this side, which actually can pay off at least 1 metal deposit, because this is 19 and 19 plus 18. It's more than enough to pay off at least 1 max. Here Rock is doing his journey with the commander. But he's right now at the defense position, because his gators from here come not fast enough to catch these flashes. So he has to move his gators deeper to his own side, and it leaves his entire spots pretty empty. So it's only just LLTs there, and I have already flashes to attack these spots. So yeah, important is that while you attack and you see LLTs, you can ignore LLTs and focus the metal deposits. Even if you don't see them, like this, you send flash something like this and this. Sometimes it can work, specifically when you have to micro some units on your own base. Like here, you can see that my screen is right now was on my javelins, trying to micro this flash, successfully destroying this mechs, and then going back to the javelins, trying to micro this flash either. Here the AFK vehicle plant, but right now it's again on the units. And again, Rock is getting very damaged. Lost a lot of metal deposits during my 2 raids. Yeah, pretty devastating damage, I think. Because like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mechs is destroyed. The only problem by my side in this game is that my energy production is pretty low to support just these 2 vehicle plants and air plant. That's why I have to send my commander to make some solars. But hopefully my positions are well defended with LLTs and Rock's units, sometimes some of them at least a little damaged. And I have this pack of javelins to do more damage if succeeded. The micro thing, if you defend yourself, is that you can select the LLTs and after target some units 1 by 1. to deal more damage at least at each other. And this is how I defended well against these gators. For LLTs, but these gators are going to be destroyed just because of this kind of micro. And yeah, don't underestimate the explosion of units, because you could see that the explosion of one instigator destroyed the other, which can be very helpful. You can see the consequence of my low energy production. It is that I don't have much units at my side to defend against these gators, but at least I have LLTs to do so, and javelins. Javelins are really good assault arm side, exclusively in Escalation. You don't see this in original game. It has good range and max speed, but it doesn't have great velocity, so it gains max velocity at a really big distance. At low distance it moves not well. It moves like stun blades, I think. But it has good damage to defend against units like raiders, gators. Here you can see the disadvantage of javelin. Even it has a good range, it doesn't have a good vision. So LLT saw these javelins much before than javelin could see the LLT. So LLT could destroy the first javelin. Because of the issues with energy on my side, I went straight for the Geo, and still I see that my metal production is very good because of these reclaims around and just because of the expanding. So I'm taking up for the T2 vehicle plant. And Rock switched for the keyboard lab. Not a bad option, but I think he could stay on the vehicle plant and make more raiders and levelers, as he is doing right now, like raider, levelers and gators. A leveler is the also exclusive unit for Escalation. It's either assault tank, but with a low range and high damage, and also with a greater speed than javelin. That's why it can you have to move them closer to the targets and deal the damage as fast as possible. And move forward. Right now I have tier 2 vehicle plant still stalling energy, but it's enough to produce early tier 2 raider units, the Panthers. These units have 2 weapons at once, the long range lightning cannon, lightning turret and anti-air turret. And in the mix of some tier 1 units it can be good, but I'm not very happy of the Panther overall, because they were nerfed. Their basic damage was reduced by 50%, but it gained 50% fire rate, which can kind of compensate that DPS, but the first shoot is really matters. And here we go for the bomber run by my side with 2 bombers, and we can see how devastating it can be if microed successfully. Using paired bombers isn't too hard, but you still have to pay attention to what you are doing. Like, let's pause this game. The first bomber did destroy some axes here, and I remember that Rock was having here the anti-air turret. So with the second bomber I targeted this turret, and you can see that it is destroying. it is destroyed. And the first bomber did kill like 4 maxes in one pass, even 5. And we can watch later how much maxes it can deal, but I think because of the thing that the bomber is damaged, it can't do much right now, and Rock has created some anti-air tower on his main base, but it's still very good harassment, like 6 maxes with just 2 bombers, or maybe even more because he had some expanding right there, so at least like 10 maxes were destroyed. Here I'm ready to defend against levelers with flashes and javelins. Here I'm defending with panthers and attempting to attack Rock's main base once again with tier 2 and tier 1 units. Meanwhile trying to expand more and more. Also having it, wow, 4 tier 1 construction units on this plant for javelins, because in the mass group javelins can be really strong, just because of their range ability and damage. So if any unit that can't see the javelin before the javelin sees this unit, you can micro them pretty well and one by one destroy each unit and guide. Here I'm doing some energy storages because it's important for units like penetrators, which require a lot of energy for shooting their strong lasers. And here we're watching at the another raid from my side to Rock base, destroying LLTs, maxes, anti-air towers. Preparing for another attack here with javelins and flashes. Moving some panthers to the right corner at the same time, because panthers can't be good at fighting even pyros, but still they can do job against tier 1 expanding and LLTs. So yeah. Excuse me. At this point of the game, you can see that my units on the Rock's side, and I, by this fact, can understand that he has to deal with it. So I'm sending waves of units to him, so he has to defend and defend and defend. And right now it's important during this time upgrade your metal extractors to the Morcos specifically on these double metal deposits to gain even more metal before even Rock can rebuild his base and reclaim these wreckages. And by this time I'm also switching for the bulldogs, the beefy tanks of arm side, which also can be upgraded. But the spoiler is that I did not upgrade my tier 2 units at all at this game, because I think in 1v1 it's better to just make more plans rather than upgrading units. Maybe only in very specific situations. If you feel that you have advantage, you don't need to upgrade the vehicle plant just for 2 units inside of this. Or maybe, okay, 3 units. But Merls are very situationable units that you don't need most of the game, most time of the game. So the upgrade is only relevant for Bulldog and Penetrator. Rock has now, by the way, by this time Rock has created the tier 2 keyboard plant, and he had a pack of Pyros coming to my side. Pyros is a fast assault keyboard with flames, with flamethrower, but javelins can deal even with these groups just because it can kite overall. And as I said before, the huge group of javelins can deal even with such units like Pyros. Not sure about Zeus's, because Zeus's are slow and have a little more range than Pyro. This can be destroyed right now. No needed. And here we are looking at my favorite thing in this game, the bomber runs. Slowly but surely, this hurricane of bombers soon will appear on the map, and we will see something all cool as always. Also, Rock attempt to create some dominators. It is the support unit with huge range and damage. It also has the ability to shoot their rockets straight to the air and then to the ground. Something like this. Yeah, so you get the point what it can do. You have to switch between these modes. But Dominators are pretty weak, it doesn't have much HP, so you have to keep them on the distance of the enemy units. And they are still pretty vulnerable to the artillery, like Lugers, because Lugers have a greater range and AoE damage. So each shot of, specifically if you have a huge pack of Lugers, it's very devastating against most units in the game at tier 2 stage, except maybe Sumos, but even Sumos can feel the bombard of all these shots on its head. So I have enough metal to go a secondary tier 2 vehicle plant. Still trying also somewhere make geos because I need it. You can see my energy production goes slow because of this tier 2 plant. And another guide about units in this game. Here is Spots, the fast assist vehicle. It moves pretty good. It has a great loss, like same as Jeffy, and it can make some energy structures and defensive. And by knowing the fact that Rock has Pyros, and I know he will try to attack from my weakest position right now. This is the left side. I have decided that I need a lot of HLTs very, very soon. That's why I sent either vehicle construction unit, a spot, and another spot. While I'm speaking, here is my attack with bulldogs and javelins at Rock's side, but he has well defended it right now with dominators, pyros, HLTs, and it's pretty hard for me to attack this point. But yet still I can send my bulldogs somewhere else, and these LTs can't do much against bulldogs just because of the armor it has. Here is the pyros against javelins, and what I was saying about Rock has to retreat with pyros because I'm kiting with my javelins and dealing damage against pyros. Here you can see that dominators in range even of javelins are pretty weak. Rock has a pack of like 6 or 5, and most of them are just very damaged. And by the metal production, you can see that slowly but surely I'm going to start snowball against Rock. Yet he has these all wrecks on his map, and he has switched for the tier 2 vehicle plant, and I think that he should probably make cans at this point of the game, because cans are very scary units. Even bulldogs can't deal well against cans, so you have to micro bulldogs. He probably really should make more energy structures right now and switch for really cans and perhaps manticores. Manticore is a hybrid missile unit for core side, and I hope everyone knows what is the can. Some kind of raid with Panthers right there. Trying to make work easy. And even more Panthers. Not sure why I did create them. We can track them and see how much damage it could do. Meanwhile, here I'm preparing the line of defenses, making geos very freely and greedy, like I don't care about raids. At this point I'm completely sure that nothing can attack me at this point of the game. So yeah, you can see that HP isn't great with the Panthers. And perhaps I really should try to move through, but Rockhead has another HLT there, upgraded geothermal here, and one more HLT. So the mission of Panthers here failed because I destroyed only one HLT and lost 6 Panthers of 8, I think, even more. That's why I decided to make just more bulldogs and smash rock by the beefy armor and AoE damage. Meanwhile, still making javelins to my left side with 2 plants. With 3 plants. I did not even reclaim any of my T1 plant. Just one was set to the vehicle construction units, and here is I have finished the 3rd tier 2 vehicle plant, and here is the 4th tier 2 vehicle plant. So this is the massive tier 2 production must happen at this point of the game, just because I have plenty of metal, but not still very well secured the positions of the map, except maybe these HLTs, but these can be still destroyed if Rock would attempt to make diplomats and if I didn't have enough units. I'm speaking about the situation where I could stop any production, or at least most of my T1 of my unit production, to make more fusion reactors, and if I tried to make a tier 3 plant. That could give Rock some kind of a window to come back, because he would be on tier 2 production. His tier 2 production could be more than mine, and I still would. There still could be a chance that I would lost some of my expansion. That's why at this point of the game I think it's better just to make increase your tier 2 production unit more and more, so you can completely sure be sure completely that you have gained the maximum advantage over your opponent, and only after that, if he still is attempting to defend somehow, you can switch to the tier 3. And this is the nice combination of bulldogs and javelins, as I as I can admit, because bulldogs have a ballistic weapon and javelin shoots straight at the enemy unit, and these shots are pretty fast. The projectile moves fast, so it allows to secure bulldogs against fast units, which can avoid the shoots of bulldogs, but can't avoid shoots of the javelins. And here is the defense line in the action. You can see I think Rogue didn't even check what is going on here. He just sent his units right there, and you can see how there is always destroying his army with the help of some javelins and bulldogs. Wow, 7 HLTs and 2 upgraded HLTs, Orions. Here are penetrators, the huge damage dealers at arm's side. You can see the description here, but if you don't see, I will tell you. This tells us mobile energy weapon, 2k energy per shoot, upgradable. So the purpose of this unit is to deal a huge amount of damage at enemy units. But it has low speed, low turn rate, and more or less good HP, actually. Some can disagree with me that penetrators are weak, but I can tell you that upgraded penetrators, even not upgraded penetrators, are still very strong and requires pretty amount of seconds to be destroyed. And also the thing that if you have enough of them, it just one-shots most of tier 2 units, except sumos. Like 5 penetrators can surely kill Zeus, Fido, perhaps shooters. Maybe 6 can one-shot the cans. And you always can micro with penetrators. Here is 2 attacks coming from my side to the rock side, the air forces and land. Let's see what can be done with these small bombers. Destroying the tier 2 vehicle plant, resource generators, more resource generators. Almost all resource generators have been destroyed. Rock's energy production is now pretty low. Meanwhile, my energy production is, well, I have few resource generators and 1 fusion, making the second one paired. And at this time, you just for sure can make tier 3 vehicle plant just in case if your opponent somehow attempt to make tier 3. This is like the smooth transition. Like, you can see that somewhere I didn't even upgrade my maxes into Molchus, but most of the map is secured with Molchus. So that's why this tier 3 vehicle plant is under construction. Just don't stop growing up until the end of the game. This is the main tip. Like, you don't care if you are winning just on tier 2, you're still doing what you have to do, not giving even a chance to breathe for your opponent. Even if Rock defended this all attacks and this one, the next stage will be to him, his face, the tier 3 plant. So yeah, very great combination here is Panthers for more vision, Bulldogs for armor, and Penetrator for even more damage to the units from the range. This is how you should play. Make a good combination of units which can multiply the profit sides of each of them. Like Panther hasn't great damage overall, but you can use Panthers in combination with penetrators and just scout and micro penetrators. So penetrators will destroy most of the units coming to the Panthers, and then if nothing left that can destroy your Panthers, you can use them to go inside into enemy's base and deal some damage. So I hope you enjoyed this guide. I hope it wasn't too boring for you because of my super voice. And see you in the next cast.